Hi, last week I used Gemini AI Studio to do some flight coding in Angular, where I used Angular to create an AI creative suite that used Gemini 2.5 Flash, VO2, and Imagen 3 to generate text, videos, and images respectively. Later, I extend the application by adding a video creator where I can submit a prompt to generate as many as 4 videos. I also enhanced the story creator to stream the text instead of waiting for the LLM to generate the entire story and send it to the client side to display. Finally, I fixed a cosmetic issue in Chatbot where the markdown is converted to HTML, and then the HTML is displayed in this container. So the response of the bot is more readable than before. So let's demonstrate the text generation capability of Gemini 2.5 Flash. So I can choose an existing prompt, a specific length, and genre, and press Generate Story button to generate the story. So this text is streamed, so it appears like almost instant on my browser. And this story has 6 paragraphs, and it is about the cheese and the cave and the mice. And when I don't want to use the prompt in the prompt history, I can type a new one to generate a new story. Maybe the astronaut is killing the invading aliens in his spaceship with top-notch weapons, and he is winning the battle. So the story length is short. The genre is sci-fi, and I press enter. Yep. So this is the story where the commander destroys, I don't know, maybe the aliens called silos. So this is like one use case of Gemini, where Gemini is used to generate a story with a specific length and genre. So everyone is familiar with a chatbot. I'm going to ask a question. Why does a cow have 4 stomachs? And the answer is formatted nicely in this container. It's because I downloaded a library called Mark that converts a markdown into HTML. So the HTML text is rendered nicely inside this DOM element. While Gemini Flash 2.5 is responsible for text generation, Imagen 3 model is created for image generation. For example, I can type a prompt to generate a black and white cat with green eyes, wearing a tiny wizard hat and a red scarf. I want to generate 4 images. The aspect ratio is 4:3, and click the button. So it will take a while to generate 4 cat images. Okay, so I can download an image to keep in my desktop, and I can choose one of them to generate a VO2 model. VO2 is very expensive, so generate 1 or 2 models per day. Otherwise, your bill can go very high very quickly. So let's choose this one and click generate video to use the VO2 model to do the job. Here, I'm using VO2 instead of VO3, so this video doesn't have audio, but the cat is really cute in my opinion. So let's show the video generator quickly, and then I can dive straight to the code. So in here, I select the first prompt from the prompt history. It is an F1 race car doing the best to win a race. So let's generate 2 videos, and there's only one aspect ratio, which is 16:9. So let's click the generate video button and wait patiently. So the loading spinner is spinning and spinning and spinning. And it is still spinning. Should I pause the video while the VO2 model is, oh okay, it's here. So 2 videos, and I'm grateful both videos can actually be generated. It's because these videos have a person. Sometimes images and videos cannot be generated with a person's face. The error is violating the safety filter setting or something similar. So I'm grateful both videos can be generated and displayed in the video player. So if I click the 3 vertical dot, I can download a video. I can show picture in picture and playback speed of 0.5. Oh, the race car is much faster now. So this is the demo that I want to show. Next, I want to show the Angular code that is more important. So number one, I want to share how I store the Gemini API key in this application. So in Angular, there are like 3 ways to store API key. So well, I can create an Angular SSR app, and the server calls the Gemini API to generate text, images, and videos. So the Gemini API key is kept in a .env file, and the server uses that key to call the Gemini API to use different models to do different things. So that's one way. The other way is to use ngg environment or environments to generate some environment.ts files, and you can put the Gemini API key in those files. I don't use it very often because I don't want to accidentally commit the sensitive API key to GitHub or to, I don't know, like GitLab by accident. So this is the way I do it. Like the third way is to go to angular.json, and then under projects, architect, build, add a define section and define all the environment variables. So Gemini API key is a dummy value. I need to provide it on a command line before I run the application. And here I have max output token, temperature, top K, top P, the max output token of the chatbot, the video model name like VO2, image model name Imagen. Oh, 4. So I'm using Imagen 4 and not 3. Oh, okay. Gemini model for text generation, Gemini 2.5 Flash Lite. And then in here, I export Gemini API key to something. I don't know, let's say Connie, and then press enter. Next is to use ngbuild -- define, and the key is Gemini API key, and the value is $Gemini _API _ key, and I also remember to use the backslash to escape the single quote. So I press enter to build the Angular apps in this folder, and I always copy this /index.html to this /44.html. So in here, yeah, my app, index.html, and the new 44.html. So if someone type a route that is not correct, yeah, the 44.html page is used, and the home page is shown again. So that's how I manage API key in my Angular application. So I have this Gemini provider. So this is a provider function that provides anything relevant to a Gemini API. So in here, I provide a Gemini AI token, and the factory function creates and returns an instance of the Gemini API, and the API key is the Gemini API key constant. Oh, I forgot to mention I have a types.d.ts file that declare the environment variables in angular.json. So these environment variables, they are declared in this file, and then I can reference them in different classes. So Gemini AI token, when it is injected, it should give me an singleton of a Gemini API. And Gemini test config token returns an object that is consists of maximum output tokens, the temperature, top K and top P for generating a creative story. This is a Gemini chat token. I use the Gemini AI token to get this Gemini AI instance back, and then I use the AI.chat.create to create a chat instance. System instruction, temperature, top K, top P, and the max output token of a chat. Next, I need to include provide Google Gemini AI provider function in app.config.ts. So when I launch the Angular application, I can inject these tokens and have access to the AI, the chat instance, and the configuration, and apply them in a different like methods in a Gemini service. So the Gemini service encapsulates the logic for content creation, like generate text stream, uses a generate content stream to return a stream instead of text. So the return type of this method is a promise of async generator. So the model sends chunks to the client. So it is why the text shows up very fast on browser. Similarly, the check instant invokes send message stream to send the bot message as a stream instead of a text. Generate images and generate videos have nothing special. You just go and read the sample code and copy them here to generate videos with the correct number of video and aspect ratio, the prompt, and the image. So I can generate a video when there is a prompt and no image, or to generate a video from an image when the image bytes is a string and is not undefined. Okay, now I want to share how I handle content sanitization and response streaming in my Angular applications. I don't know how other people do it, but this is the way I find the easiest and most comfortable. So whenever receiving like text from a LLM, it's very important to check that the text is not harmful before rendering it on browser. So I always remember to install DOMPurify library to perform sanitization, and then the next library that I install is streaming markdown. So this library takes a piece of text, convert the text into HTML, and then append that text to a specific DOM element. Mark library is something I learned in this project. So I need to convert the markdown into HTML text before rendering it in the div element of the chatbot. So I use this library to convert the markdown into HTML, and then show that text in the div element of the chatbot. So after talking about sanitization, I want to move forward to streaming. So in story surface, I have a generate story method that is responsible for streaming. So in this method, I call Gemini surface.generate text stream to get a stream back. So the stream is type async generator. So for a wait chunk of stream, receives all the chunks that the Gemini 2.5 Flash Lite sends to the client side. So chunk text is the text of the chunk. I need to add this line to replace all occurrences of /n with 2-line break, so that there is a blank line between two paragraphs when the length is either medium or long. Then I update the chunk signal with the new markdown text. So chunk signal is passed from outside here. So signal is reactive. When it receives a new value, it triggers change detection in Angular, and the part that uses the signal is executed. So in the story generator component, the right face of the after render effect is executed when the story chunk signal receive a new value. So the parser surface performs the sanitization and append the text to an HTML element. So this is the parser, and the markdown renderer creates a default renderer where the root is this HTML element. So in a write to element method, like this part is the most important. So I append no I append chunk to chunks, which is the entire text from the beginning up to this point. DOMPurify.sanitize perform a sanitization against the whole piece of text. So if DOMPurify.remove.length is positive, then this text has harmful content. So I ask the parser to flush everything in the buffer and end streaming as soon as possible. If the sanitization doesn't detect any harmful content, so I ask the parser to write the chunk to the end of this HTML element. Effect needs to be used with caution, but in this use case, effect is actually the right tool to use. So in the template, this story holder element is initially hidden when the story chunk signal doesn't have any content. So the callback of the effect, the story holder element is test. So if the story holder element is visible and the parser hasn't set up properly, I call the edit parser method of the service to create a parser that knows to append text to this element, which is the story holder element. So this is how I handle streaming in an Angular application. So similarly, the chatbot component has a chat message to handle chat message stream. So in the send message method, I pass the user message to the Gemini 2.5 Flash model to get a bot stream back. So yeah, Gemini service.send chat message stream. Yeah, give me back a sync generator. So in here, I get the chunk text inside the for await loop. DOMPurify library sanitize the value of the palm message signal and the chunk text. So the palm message signal store the bought a message from the beginning up to this point. So if DOMPurify detects any harmful content, an error is thrown. In the catch clause, the error message is appended to the palm messages signal. So the last message in the chatbot chat container is the error message. And if the text has no harmful content, chunk text is append to the palm message signal. So after finishing the for await loop, I use the mark library to parse the bot message in the palm message signal. And the result is the HTML content. Then I append the HTML text to the palm messages signal. So the last message in the chatbot chat container is the AI answer in a nicely formatted HTML text. So when done, the loader stop loading and this palm message signal is clear, so that it can be available to perform a detection when the next AI answer arrives to the client side. So this is the end of my Angular AI creative suite demo. I hope you enjoy it and you find time to try different Gemini models for text generation, image generation, and video generation. You can use Angular code to do it, or other JS frameworks such as React, Vue, Svelte, Solid, and even Quick. So have a good day, and see you guys later. Bye.